Yesterday I went to the bins, the Goodwill bins, and I found all these paints and they're still in good condition. I can tell because you can squish them. They're not hardened or anything. And I bought all these tubes. I was digging. I had to dig through the bins because they were all separated and just in there with all of the other trash. No, it's not all trash. Some of it is cool stuff like these, but you do have to dig. And I think I paid like $10 for all these because they go by weight. I read somewhere, or I can't remember who said it, but I heard it somewhere that women artists tend to not have as much success because they're afraid to go big with their artwork. So I'm going to try a really big one, probably the biggest painting art piece I've ever done. It definitely is the biggest painting art piece I've ever done. I measured it and it's 54 inches wide by 27 inches high, so 4.5 feet wide by 2 feet plus 3 inches this way. So yeah, it's pretty sizable. I don't have that much more of the fix-it-all stuff left. I've been using it on the walls of the house. There's only that much left, so I'm gonna have to like do mostly painting, and then I'll add some of this for texture like toward the end. So I won't be able to do my original plan of coating the whole thing and making texture over the whole thing, but you know, as artists we have to adapt and work with what we do have. My son taught me that if a cap is stuck, you can use rubber band to help you get a grip, and it works like 90% of the time for me. I want the main part to be mostly like off-white, taupe white, and then just have like some cream colors and sort of maybe caramely browns kind of swirled in there. Is
that regular paint?
With oil paint.
Okay. Perfect. Oil painters and gas.
Sometimes it's kind of noxious, but it's okay. I've done it before. I was at Trader Joe's and this guy who worked there said to me, "You're an artist, aren't you?" I'm like, "Yeah." It's like I could tell by looking at you. This is interesting how some people can see that. I did have a nose ring at the time. I had the nose ring for a couple years recently, like I think in my late 40s. And then it was like the universe didn't want me to have it anymore because it kept falling out. And I would try to keep it in and it just kept falling out. And one time I was at work and it fell out and rolled across the room and it was kind of embarrassing. So I was like, maybe the universe was trying to tell me, you know, it's not my time to have a nose ring anymore. I miss it sometimes. Maybe I'll wear a fake one sometimes. I actually had my nose pierced twice. I don't know, I'm not keen on doing it again, but I might wear a fake one sometimes because I feel like I've earned the right to wear a fake one by having my nose pierced twice. Almost done, and I feel like the idea is, you know, everyone wants neutrality now. Everyone wants white and gray and taupe and neutrals, and so it's like conforming to that, but then you can see like right under the surface there's a lot of emotion and anger and passion and, you know, pathos. So it kind of appears calm and serene at first, but then there's like a lot more going on behind the surface, and that's kind of, I feel like, how a lot of us feel these days when we just have to go around and be regular humans and kind of act like it's business as usual. There's just like some streaks coming off. There's basically a cream colored rectangle right here. And I just wanted to make like some marks coming up off that to show that it's there. And then the marks to like give reference to the layers, that there's layers underneath. So don't want it to look so blank that you don't realize that there's more to it than what you see when you first look at it, which is probably pretty neutral and blank. I think I'm calling this one Opening Tomorrow because I feel like we're moving from one era of our life to another and kind of wiping the slate clean. And yeah, just want to pay tribute to that and the feelings. I'm sure I'll remember like the way I felt at this time for a long time, and so maybe commemorate that, as well as just something to decorate the living room that looks more contemporary and more like because I think what we had was kind of looking dated, but I feel like this looks fresh, more fresh. So yeah, that took like an hour and a half. I'm pretty happy with it. Let me see if I can pick it up. It's gonna have to dry on the wall because I don't have time to wait like 3 months for this to dry, but once it dries, I'll spray it with fixative. The textured part didn't work actually, so I had to just stick with paint. You can do it pretty quickly, like I said. I did this in under 2 hours, including gathering the supplies and everything. But yeah, it was cool to have like a template kind of, or a background idea to start from as like a jumping off point. But I think it'll look a lot more modern up here than what we had. It'll give the room more of an updated feel. But yeah, you can't really mess it up, and if you do, it's just like, well, this represents a part of my life that I fucked up. So it can be like symbolic. Achieved that sort of neutral, like kind of cool modern art vibe that I was trying to go for, or contemporary, you know. Yeah, I think it refreshes the look of the room and makes it look, I don't know, more up to date. So let me know what you think. Have you tried painting a big painting? Consider giving this video a like and a subscribe if you liked it. And if you like self-care and happiness, wellness in your 50s content like this. Thanks for watching, and remember, radical self-care will always be there for you, even when no one else is. See you next time. There you go, motherfuckers. There's your white and your taupe and your gray. We had this music on. It was really cute. And then the kitchen just looks like really clean and pretty. I want to take more of those things off, but it's pretty